Why does my belly button smell so freaking bad?
That's your new song?
Yeah, get the Febreze.
You remember how to hold the mic, right?
Like this?
Yeah, just hold that thing against the other thing.
No tapping.
No tapping.
Can you hear it in your thing?
Yes. Why wouldn't I be able to hear something?
Because it's down here in the thing. You told me to do this. Anyways. So what are we talking about today?
The end of the world.
Oh, okay. More specifically?
I don't know. The end of the world. The world ending.
One thing I've always thought was if the world did end the way I would, I don't want to say prefer, but like the most likely, I think I'm going to be one of the survivors. I'm not going to make it.
Hey, so I know you don't listen to the podcast or anything.
How do you know?
Because if you did, you'd know I always put noises over everything you say. Every time you talk, I put crickets.
Every time?
No, not every time.
That takes dedication.
No, I did it once last episode when you were talking about something, and I just did it again.
I'm trying to think of what it was, but it's probably several things that could have been.
It was near the beginning. You could probably find it.
Shoot, I'm talking so that we get us started, and then that's when you do that.
Yeah.
Next time, I'm just gonna just keep my mouth shut.
I mean, you don't have to.
You don't have to what?
You don't have to keep your mouth shut.
Well, shoot, if I'm gonna be
Bullshit.
edited out,
You're not edited out.
I haven't received a
There's just
paycheck. Since,
crickets in the background.
I mean, yeah, I guess we do get them here.
Yeah. Crickets here at the store.
So back to what I was saying. Hey Keith, when you edit this, make sure you put crickets over your voice. All right.
All right, I just did it. They're going right now.
Okay. So the end of the world, you say?
End of the world.
The way that I would like for it to go, just because it'd be cool if I survived, but not cool at the same time because it'd be so sad, is pandemic.
Oh no! I mean, it's fixing to start with that
Yeah,
virus
man,
in
got the
China.
Wuhan coronavirus.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Wuhan.
that's what I call it because it came out of Wuhan, China. So
Oh, what's it really called?
it doesn't have a name. They call it the coronavirus because it is a coronavirus. Which is just a
It came
type
out of a
virus.
Corona beer.
Yeah,
They're sharing a beer.
Everybody who drink them Corona gonna get sick.
I don't drink, so
it came out of a fish market.
You do drink. You fucking liar.
I mean, I am drinking soda. If that's what you mean.
No. You drink alcohol. I know you drink
Okay, let's
alcohol.
next subject. I mean, so back to have people died?
Yeah.
Yes,
Did they
Only in China.
how many?
8 people.
There's one person sick in Washington right now, but they said he's doing perfectly fine. Right?
So they say.
Yeah, that's what they say. He's the only one that's known to be affected in America right now.
Okay.
So fucking pandemic, that's what you want?
No, I don't want it to end in any way, but if it did, because in my mind, I think back to the movies and then it just being quiet for once.
You'd rather a pandemic
He
over
just,
like a
he
zombie?
just wants a little
Yeah.
peace.
Well, actually, with the zombies, it's probably better because everyone has a sort of fighting chance.
Yeah, you've got a chance.
Yeah.
Not a big one.
But didn't I hear somewhere that if the zombie apocalypse happened now, that it wouldn't work because of like Twitter and like people would just they would know about it before it really hit them.
No, it would still work because people are stupid.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think more people would survive because of it.
They would have more time to prepare for it, but that doesn't mean more people would survive it.
Yeah, no.
So you're saying that, say, back in 2000, let's say the year 2000, that was no phones, right? Or they weren't as big?
There were phones.
Yeah, but they weren't like
like readily
They were
available.
flip phones, you know.
Well, it's because he was rich. He would have had one at that point.
Most people had a flip phone.
Yeah, I
They
had a
they
flip
weren't
phone.
expensive.
In 2000?
Yeah. How long do you think
no.
cell phones?
They
have
would have been like those candy bar style phones.
But still, everybody had a cell phone.
No, they did it.
Cell phones were very popular early 2000s.
Early 2000s? No, I'm talking about the year 2000.
Okay. Yes.
No.
Cell
No.
phone.
We barely had
I was the
dial-up.
only person that I knew that had a cell phone.
They had beepers.
No, there's no
Beepers
way.
were hot.
Yeah, beepers were big.
Okay, beepers were big,
Okay,
but
so-
cell phones started coming out in the 80s.
Yeah, but for the super
Yeah,
rich.
for the super rich.
Well, I'm not talking about the people that could afford to
Even
carry
in the
that battery
even in the
pack.
90s, I had a cell phone in 1995
You,
or 1999 to 2000, and that was early.
you remember that cell phone? The one that it was a strap and a fucking car battery
Yeah.
that you had to carry around with
It
you?
wasn't that different from the guys in World War II, the comm guy?
It was the
Yeah.
exact same thing.
Or
Pretty
you
much
can-
the same technology.
Or you can have it in your car, but the option was like 20 grand or something like that.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
like, you can have the cell phone option, but it'll be an extra $12,000.
Well, at that point, the
You're
car's
like,
already
what?
like 100 grand. So
Yeah, because it was like Maserati.
And then it's like $45 a minute.
Yeah.
so okay, so let's say 1995.
95, okay.
Only the rich have them.
Only the very rich.
Okay.
But you're speaking just because of communication.
No, I'm saying 1995, an outbreak comes out. Do you think more people would survive then, or about the same as something happening now, where people can go?
I think
"It's in
more
Georgia,"
people would
or-
survive then
How?
because people are way too sensitive nowadays.
I don't understand.
You gotta
Yeah,
speak
people
directly
were
into
more.
Remember, this shit heavy as fuck.
it. Yeah, it's a little heavy.
They had more of a fighting mentality.
So now people are just gonna lay down and take it.
Like people that grew up in the 90s had life in general way harder than people growing up now.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like if you ask someone now, they'll say, "Oh man, it's hard," but it's like it's not the same kind of hard.
Okay, and
Dinosaurs.
with a zombie apocalypse, I guarantee if it broke out today, there would be a group for zombie rights.
Yeah.
No.
I guarantee there
like a
fucking
parody.
would be.
That's like a parody.
No, it'd
No.
be they're people too. You can't kill them.
Yeah, you can't kill zombies. They were people.
I think those would be just the outliers, like the people who are like
Those would be the first humans killed by
well,
other humans.
Yeah, they were gonna definitely go first. So let them have it. Let them do that. They're gonna be having close proximity to them.
It's like large predator animals. If the zombies have rights, then they can just roam around wherever they want and kill and eat anybody they want. If you get eaten, that's just part of life.
Nah, because it would spread too much.
Yeah.
I think even they would get to a point where they're like, okay, yeah, start blowing their heads off. You know?
Like they do with alligators in Louisiana.
Yeah, if the numbers get out of control, yeah.
No.
I mean, any
Every
population
year
of animals
they
are like-
have alligator hunting season because of population.
I mean, that's why
Control.
we have hunting season for any animal is to control the populations.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but I mean, alligators are a little more dangerous than deer.
But don't you think?
Yeah, that's true.
Don't you think that social media
People
would,
die from deer. No, get hit by cars all the time. People die.
I heard about that guy. He got ate
Yeah.
by a deer.
Hey, that's the time to celebrate. You have
You
barbecue.
get speared, antlered in the chest.
You barbecue the whole thing.
Yeah.
Do what they did in in the Native Americans. They just eat it.
In Avatar?
In
Were you going to say
Avatar?
fucking Avatar?
Well, they did it in Avatar too, but I felt I went to the origin. You use everything, every part of the animal.
Okay, how would you want it to end?
How would I want the world to end?
Like if you could choose how it ended.
Yeah, if you had the choice.
I don't know.
You've never put thought into this?
Not really.
Have you?
In my dreams, it's always flood, like a giant flood. So
Noah's Ark.
yeah,
I mean, that's survivable.
Oh.
You just got to have a boat.
yeah.
Remind me to tell y'all what a dream I had.
You had another one?
Yeah, it was weird.
Either that, or let's say the sun goes supernova.
Oh, we'd
I
be
mean,
fried.
that's eventually going to happen.
Yeah.
We
How-
won't be around
Yeah,
for
we
it.
won't be here for it.
So what about people who burrow in? Like even they're gonna die off eventually, right?
Yeah.
because there's no vegetation up on the surface,
No.
What do you mean burrow in?
like bunkers, and
Oh yeah.
unless they survive on
Ooh,
mushrooms.
what about-
Wait, what are they surviving? A supernova?
Yeah.
That's gonna fucking destroy the whole planet.
Yeah.
There's no
I'm
surviving
thinking solar
that.
flare. I'm thinking solar flare.
Oh, solar flare. You gotta be pretty deep.
Yeah. Because of the radiation to it, or
Yeah.
Well, bunkers are good for radiation.
yeah, it depends how deep you're in. Though.
Yeah.
Like Earth can naturally. I have been holding it like that.
You keep moving shit.
You told me to hold it like this.
Yep.
What if I put my finger in between like
See,
this?
all that.
But specifically, it was.
What about
No,
an
you're
ice
saying something
age
about
a solar flare bunkers?
or a polar shift?
Polar shift.
Yeah.
North goes south.
Yep.
What would happen?
I don't think that would end the.
But isn't
world,
it?
though.
It's slowly. It doesn't happen
Yeah, it
just like
happens
that,
slowly.
right?
You know, the funniest one I think would be the Earth stops spinning.
everybody just
Just because you see a bunch of people
Yeah.
fucking fly.
But that would take for
Doesn't
forever
the
to
Earth
stop.
spin at like 800 miles an hour or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, if it just suddenly stopped,
It can't though.
You would die.
it could.
No, it
Well,
can't.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The end of the
No.
world, the
It
planet
was-
just
What if
stops
a
spinning.
meteor
Oh, okay.
hits it and just
Stops it.
boom? And if you don't die from that destruction,
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
Earth stops
it
moving,
spins the dots.
yeah, it turns it around
At
the
that
other
point,
way.
I think it'll just shred it in half.
If we get hit hard enough by a meteor, can't it push us off of our rotation?
Yeah,
So that would fuck everything up.
it would have to be big enough,
So it would kill us
and
anyway.
it couldn't be traveling too fast. But if it were big enough, it would still just probably destroy the Earth.
So there,
There wouldn't be anything left.
here's my theory. It's a meteor that's bigger than the planet itself, and it just slowly nudges the Earth.
no. So it's going super slow.
Yeah, it's going so slow that when it touches Earth, it destroys whatever side that it touches,
Right.
but it just keeps pushing it instead of.
Ooh, what if it was big enough and it passed by close enough that it didn't touch Earth, but its gravity pulled Earth
Oh,
outside of
it's
its
got a
orbit?
stronger gravity,
Yeah.
gravitational pull than Earth does.
Well, don't they say that's how they plan on moving meteorites that are coming
Yeah.
at us
Yeah.
by slowly getting close to it and then just drifting away with it?
So wait, if it's got a stronger gravitational pull than us, it doesn't hit us, but it goes by us, and then we just get dragged along with it for the rest of time.
No, if it goes by fast enough that we don't get caught in its gravity, but just enough to pull us out, it might put us into an elliptical orbit.
And then we'll eventually hit the sun
Yeah.
or another planet.
Or
We're pretty far away from the sun. for
we
that
get closer to the sun.
So we'd probably hit another planet before we hit the sun.
time. If we do the elliptical, we would get closer at some point. Yeah, and it would get
Yeah.
super hot.
Oh, but then it gets super cold
But-
at some point.
What if it's only one side of the planet? Like, what if the orbit speeds up to where it matches the orbit around the sun? Kind of like the moon and the Earth, how the same side is always facing
Oh,
the
right,
same.
right.
You know,
Oh, so one side of Earth is always dark?
yeah, one side is always facing the sun and one side isn't.
That would suck.
They would freeze to death. Whoever gets stuck on the other side. You would have to live along the line where the light side and the dark side meet.
Yeah.
And then the ones in the dark who don't die, they're going to mutate into like these white.
Dark
Yeah.
Like
shadow
those
people.
fish that always live in the
No,
dark?
but wouldn't they be white because they don't have light? Isn't that what happens to
Yeah, they'd be
creatures?
albino.
Yeah, they
there's
bleach out.
They'd be
melanin.
blind. But they'd still have the moon. They've got some kind of light.
And some vegetation grows in the dark.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're still getting sun from, like you said, from the moon.
Yeah.
So they'll live. I
that-
don't think they'll mutate.
But
You
that would
send
mean.
mirrors to space.
Oh, yeah.
To
Mirrors.
reflect the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we've solved fucking Earth's
Wait, so at this
number
point,
one crisis.
the Earth is not moving. It's not rotating, right?
No, it's still no. It doesn't rotate. No, it rotates at the same speed as.
yeah, it rotates at the same speed as it orbits the sun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that one side is always facing.
So that means it would be going extremely slow.
Yeah, years would become longer.
Oh, fuck.
So either the Earth would be rotating slower or it'd be orbiting slower.
Both. Okay, what about Yeah, what's yours?
Meteor.
Me. We
Like
just talked
Earth
about
ending?
it.
Fucking- Huh?
Earth ending or just like
Yeah.
a little one somewhere
Yeah, well, we're talking about the
It'll
end of
make
the
a hole
world.
through.
through
It,
the
it
Earth?
just blasts
It'll be
through
like
the
a
fucking
donut.
planet.
Oh, and then we see if
Ooh.
there's a hollow Earth.
I saw a docu series about if a black hole, if a micro black hole went through the Earth, like what would happen.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty cool.
What happened?
Well, I'm not gonna tell you. You gotta go watch it.
I'm not gonna watch this shit.
Why? It's
Just
interesting.
teasing us.
Hey, I already watched your what was it? Flat Earther documentary.
And you enjoyed the hell out of it.
because it was hilarious.
Yeah.
The Nat Geo one?
What?
Nat
No,
Geo.
the curve.
No,
Something the curve. What is it called? Beyond the curve.
Beyond the
or
Curve.
Some shit.
But it wasn't by Nat Geo?
no, it's on Netflix, and you should watch it.
I saw snippets of it when they're making fun of the people.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's cringy.
We'll talk about Flat Earth maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. We'll do that, yeah.
So meteor, pandemic.
Or just the resources.
What'd you say?
end.
Flood.
What?
Oh, the
I said a lot of things, but I think I landed on a polar shift.
Polar shift.
But I don't know that that would actually destroy the Earth.
I
It
think
might destroy everyone on it. Everyone might die.
that's the same.
Well,
It's the end of
I
life.
chose pandemic because some people would survive. The Earth wouldn't have to deal with as many people walking around.
Ooh, so you're saying we need
A
a
culling?
population control, population
I
control?
don't say we need it. I'm just saying that it would be the best of all the scenarios.
I feel like we need it.
You know, there are those that some scientists that say that North America at one point was the North Pole, but so much polar ice had built up that it got so heavy that it actually dragged the crust of the Earth around to where North America fell to where it is now.
Oh,
And then
I've
all
never
of that,
heard of that.
And then all of that ice melted and created the flood
no, that
And
was
then
Scott.
I
Where
started
all our
building
water
up
came from?
on the new North Pole.
Hey, didn't the flat Earth, just real quick? Don't they believe that all the water from the oceans came from
You're
the
next.
sky?
But what?
That the sky opened and the water above the dome leaked in.
I honestly don't know.
I've
Okay, we'll
never
talk
heard
about
of
this
that.
tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I take it back. I say it was pandemic, but more zombie because it'd be cooler, scarier, but because the zombies are walking around spreading the disease.
I mean, that'd be an exciting way to die.
I think the zombie
we
one
say
would
that
be
now.
mine.
Yeah.
I think the zombie one would be mine, but also maybe nuclear war.
So everyone that survives is a mutant or mutated with all
Nobody's
the
gonna
radiation.
survive.
Dude, the scariest part of a zombie apocalypse is not the zombies, it's the other people you
Yeah.
gotta fucking worry about.
Yeah,
The resources are dwindling and people are killing each other.
People get them crazy eyes and they'll do anything.
It's kind of like the
start eating each other.
yeah, I was just
Yeah.
supposed to say that it's like the road, which is like the worst scenario in that unit, that whole branch of end of days, where people are eating each other because that's all there's left to eat.
Yep.
Yeesh. That movie is such a downer.
I saw everyone I got
Everybody
lost
just
in
got
thought.
quiet.
Oh, I was. That's why I started talking.
Yeah, I think I told y'all before I watched this thing where they were talking about if a quote zombie apocalypse could happen in real life, that it would be with the
Didn't you mention the rabies last time?
rabies. Yeah,
Yeah. Wasn't it airborne or how do I?
yeah. Someone mutated it to where it's aerosolized. What do you call it?
Yeah, I think that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, but rabies eventually just kills you.
But by the time,
Yeah, but by the time that they know that there's an outbreak, probably half the fucking planet is infected.
and they're
because
violent, right?
yeah, because you don't know you have it until you start showing symptoms, and once you start showing symptoms, you can't treat it.
Yeah, and most hospitals don't carry.
Yeah, they only carry like one dose.
I think it's like 4, but yeah,
I don't think it's that much. I'm pretty sure it's just one. Because
that seems way too
rabies in humans is very, very rare. But you get bit by a wild animal, they're like, well, we gotta give it to you because we don't know until it's too late. So you might as well just take
low.
it.
Unless you can catch the animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, catch the animal and they have to cut his head off.
Look at its brain, right?
Yeah.
Cut its fucking head off.
But yeah, they're like, it would spread so far so fast, and no one would even know because no one's showing symptoms.
So no one thinks a nuclear war would.
That's the most likely right
Yeah,
now.
I mean
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the
Or a new-
most realistic.
Virus that spreads.
Oh, something we don't know about yet?
Yeah.
Like Ebola, well, then we know about it, but it wasn't spreading really quick. And
Or we have another black plague.
no, there you go. But we have treatment for bubonic plague.
Yeah,
Well, I
If you
mean,
catch it.
something like it.
Oh,
but
right.
not
Or a
the
mutated
same-
bubonic plague?
Yeah.
you know, like the Spanish flu, but not the Spanish flu.
Or what's that other one? Yellow fever? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't know what it is though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hemorrhagic fever.
I was going to say malaria, but that's killed the most things ever. Most humans.
Yeah,
I think the most likely thing is either nuclear war or a virus.
But I think the virus wouldn't be as bad because even if we lose a third of the population, we would have some parameters so that a small portion of the population would survive, but we wouldn't have to worry about radiation like in the nuclear.
I don't think
Scenario.
any one country is dumb enough to launch a nuclear war,
Right.
no matter how bad relations get, because once one launches them, everyone's going to launch them,
Yeah.
and it's just going to destroy everybody.
Yeah, the way I
And
think,
everyone understands that. So having a nuclear weapon just means,
you spent a lot of money.
yeah,
We've got one.
you have the power.
Who's got the biggest dick?
Well, that's
America.
Russia and America they're doing their sword fight.
Yeah, Russia and America are like,
And then all the other ones are trying to get in there too.
they're like, look at
mine,
Look at mine. No, get out of the way.
A little pinpoint. You mentioned Russia. Russia's entire government resigned, leaving Putin completely in power.
When? Jinx.
Last week.
Oh,
Why'd they resign? Because he doesn't want to resign? Or step?
Because they were trying to reform the government, and I guess it was a failure. And they're like, you know what? We'll just let Putin do everything.
so
they're,
is
they're
that,
out of a
He
job?
is that
says-
going to be a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. He says he's not going to try and retain power because he's up for election in 2024.
Yeah.
But didn't he say he wasn't going to go?
Yeah, he said that last time. Well, he served as many terms as he could, and then he couldn't run again. So he had a friend run, and then he ran as vice president. And then as soon as they were elected, the dude was like, "Okay, I'm gonna step down." Putin becomes
Oh, they're going
president.
to say he mysteriously got assassinated.
Well, they can't find the friend anymore.
Oh. That is really shitty.
Yeah, and no one's really talking about it but I don't know what the effects are. What are his? I've seen like a lot of his speeches, and he doesn't seem that bad. He seems like a, pretty decent president for Russia.
Spy.
But I mean, he's former KGB, so
I feel like within the next 20 years, we're going to have a country just say, fuck it, and launch nukes.
No, but it doesn't, like he
No.
said, it doesn't make sense for him to do it because then we'll
Yeah.
send right ours
what
right now.
scares me though is China and Russia are working on their relations. And if they team up, and then it's going to be them against the U.S. and the fucking UK, who they can't really do anything.
Japan?
Yeah,
has-
because China hates us right now.
Well, China has
hates
its own problems.
Yeah,
Like
well.
they're trying to
us.
like.
They need us though.
Hey, so whatever happened with our North Korean thing?
What about it?
Did that ever, like,
No.
It calmed
He,
down.
he kept testing nuclear weapons. So,
yeah, okay.
and he said that he had a big Christmas gift for the U.S. but never delivered on it. So
It was probably a nuke that never
yeah,
made
Trump
it here.
said, I think maybe he just got me a beautiful vase.
It broke
Because
on
everyone
the
was
way.
speculating that they were going to launch a nuke or something. He was like, "What if he just got a beautiful vase?"
Hey, so back to Putin. I was gonna say Stalin. Putin, there's a limit in their constitution or something,
Yeah, they have term limits.
but he got around it by doing the
there's a
vice president.
workaround. Yeah.
There's always loops, Jose.
So he's been president for
I
how long?
guess.
He's been president since.
Like 12 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Something
What
like
are their
that.
terms? 6 years?
Fuck if I know.
I know Mexico is.
This ain't Russia's son.
Over here. Well, I'm just.
I don't know
asking.
everything about their government.
The
It's
government-
America.
That's a good save, James. Like, the FBI is gonna be like, he's one of us. He's one of us.
Yeah.
They're the ones listening in.
I mean, I've been learning Russian, but that's totally unrelated.
Oh yes, comrade. I mean, American friend.
So, okay.
I just picture that movie. The day after. What is it? The day after? What is it? The nuclear war movie where everyone's like mutating and they're falling apart.
I don't know that one.
Some people have a bunker, and when they come out, everyone's like, it's like Mad Max, only like they're got tumors and.
Is it an old movie?
Yeah, it's
That's
like
The Last Man on Earth.
no, it's something else. It's like the day after, not the day after tomorrow.
That's the new.
Well, there's a
one.
movie called The Day After,
The
but
day after wasn't that a nuclear movie?
I can't remember.
It's old. It's like 80s.
Yeah.
70s. That one was scary because the people were like all like nasty looking, and I think even the people, the islands and countries that are just out of the way, they would still get the radiation coming in with the wind and
Depends
water.
on the weather.
Another one, volcano,
Ooh, a super
Ooh,
volcano.
what if Yellowstone? erupts?
Yellowstone. That's the most likely one.
All of America's fucked, right? Because
Most of America.
The
Well,
North
okay.
American continent is fucked.
Yeah, they would get covered in ash.
so China and Russia
The whole planet would get
would
covered
be
in
fine,
ash.
right? For a while,
No.
because it would cover the sun.
It would
right?
cover. It would go up into the atmosphere, and it would completely go around the globe.
So a lot of people can
and
die of
block-
starvation.
It would block out the sun.
It would block out the sun for years.
So that's like the road kind of scenario where like the sky is dark all the time.
So start
Kinda.
an underground garden.
There you go.
Get some aquaponics going.
Some mushrooms.
Yep.
Ew. Nobody wants to eat that shit.
That's you
Hey,
get your
man, if
poo
you
to
wanna
work
survive,
for you.
You got to eat stuff you don't want to eat.
No.
Keith, if there's dirt and they're telling you to eat it, you're gonna eat it. If you're
I ain't
starving.
gonna eat no dirt.
It's that good dirt though.
Oh, good dirt.
Yeah.
Earth-
You didn't
Earthworms?
say that.
It's got all the nutrients.
How about some Soylent Green?
Got earthworm castings in it.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, some of that green.
Or we would just end up like that movie Snowpiercer.
What was it? Roaches?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with that. It
Well-
probably tastes like nothing though, right?
Yeah, they were feeding them roach bars, and then they would take people, and what they do with the people?
I've never seen the movie.
What
Oh,
they
that was a different movie.
They took the kids.
No, but to ground them up into food. That was another movie.
Are we talking about the one where they're on the train?
No, yeah, that one you're right.
No
It is
piercer?
cockroaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they take people from the
They'll
back
take-
of the train?
They'll take people that they need because the train kept breaking and they didn't have
Okay.
parts to replace, so they'll have somebody doing it.
Or they need a kid as a pilot.
So they had a kid in a whole little small box, and they'll take something from one place and put it in the next.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, but they didn't eat the people. As far as we knew, it was another movie where someone says, it's like the food that we're eating, it's people. But
Hey, and I showed you the video where that's supposedly a sequel to Willy Wonka, right?
oh yeah, yeah, you did.
And it made sense.
Yeah, it does.
A lot of it made sense.
But it's not officially, right?
No, it's not official.
Because I haven't seen this.
I haven't watched the video in a long time.
But yeah,
So
it's a good movie.
You're gonna have to watch the movie, and then I'll send you the video.
Okay.
It's a really good movie. You won't
Put a
regret
link in the description so
It
everybody
has
can
Captain America
watch.
on it.
Yeah, I'll do that. So the movie is Snowpiercer, and then I guess I'll put the YouTube link in the description. So,
So
if you wanna look it up.
Snowpiercer is a sequel.
To Willy Wonka,
To
and,
Willy
the chocolate,
Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Really, or Charlie?
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. It's two different things.
Willy Wonka, because he was more deranged in that movie.
Okay.
And I feel like Charlie would have been a little more crazy. So I didn't like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It sucked.
That's the original.
No, that's the second one.
Well, I thought it was okay. It was like,
What was the engineer called?
Dude, I don't remember.
yeah, it's been a while. I would every time I watch a movie like that. I know Keith, you hate me for this, but I try to think of the logistics of like the train and everything. I'm not gonna go into specifics, but
Like how the train just kept on going for years.
yeah, what kind of engine is he using? What, how are they? What about water? Do they have? You know, like I ruin it for myself.
I mean, those things are built like. I think everybody thinks of that kind of stuff though when they're watching a movie.
But I mean, how are they going to fuel it for it to
Yeah,
constantly
he fueled
go?
out of. Like he reused stuff so it could always power itself, some shit like that.
Yeah, it was self.
I mean, you can make diesel fuel
On a train?
out of. I mean, if they had the fucking gumption to do it, they probably could.
I mean, it
if
was
your
huge
survival
trend,
depended on it, you would figure out a way to do it.
Yeah,
and you can
probably.
make alcohol, and engines can run on alcohol. So if you can make alcohol, then you can make fuel.
So-
But yeah, where are they getting all the food from?
It was roaches.
Oh, they're just
No, the
eating
poor
roaches.
people ate roach or insect bars,
Yeah.
but the rich people, they had sushi bar, they had meat, like they had a big aquarium and they had fish in it. And
See,
they'll
that makes sense.
Take out
Oh.
fish out of
Yeah.
that. And they had a garden where they pick up vegetables. No,
But they
that's
can't
all.
have hamburgers.
But where are
'cause
they
you eat
getting
cows.
like the seed? Well, I guess if you start with some seeds, then you'll have seeds forever, right? Because if you're growing them, you get the seeds from them. Where are they getting the soil from? I guess they're composting.
They're composting.
Mm.
Because the water
And
you
your
keep
That
Human-
train's got to smell like shit.
Yeah, human compost. They all got to poop, right? So
Yeah.
Because the water, you keep recycling the water.
And there's snow everywhere, so they can
Yeah, there's
just get
snow
new.
everywhere.
and the train never stops.
It
Never
It
stops.
can't. It can't stop. Or not
If it
supposed to.
stops, they say they'll freeze to death, some shit like that.
Yeah.
But over time, wouldn't like the tracks get grown over?
That's what
or
happened.
Something
It does
fall on the
happen,
tracks?
but
Well, they didn't get grown over. Part of the tracks were
Covered.
breaking.
And wouldn't the
or
wheels
covered in
eventually need to
snow.
be replaced?
Did they always
Yeah.
follow the same path?
yep,
Mhm.
around the world, all
Oh, around the
continents.
whole world?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
parts
show it in
because it
one
would
part.
take so long to get around the world that parts of the track would become damaged. Or
Yeah, they
The
did.
Earth shifts and it
over.
moves around.
Like they got one part where, like they got marks right with that. Oh, here this is the 1 year mark or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah.
And they got frozen people that try to escape, but they froze to death.
And that was how the world ended in that one, right? It was a freeze.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But wasn't the conspiracy that the whole world wasn't frozen and they were just doing a loop around the
Yeah.
frozen part
the frozen
to
parts.
control the people?
Yeah. And
'Cause
there
there was a
were other
hierarchy.
people alive.
There's always some rich people holding you back.
Some asshole. It fucking Willy Wonka, man. How would you survive an end of the world situation?
My end of the world or
situation?
any what a specific end of the world scenario?
Well, the pandemic, that's hit or miss. Like you don't know if you're going to be able to survive that.
Not you, right?
You don't know if you're gonna get sick.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're gonna survive otherwise.
Like depending on how long the pandemic even lasts, you getting a common cold, people they might freak out and you're just
Yeah.
gone, quarantined, dead, whatever. They don't want anything to spread. So I think yours is a little more dangerous than you think because it's going to cost us.
But there's no radiation. So
There
we
doesn't
don't have
need
to
to
worry
be.
about waiting, what is it, 1,000 years before radiation goes away? And that's just on
Who has radiation?
oh, no, comparing it to a nuclear holocaust.
Oh,
Because at least the survivors can outlive the disease and then eventually start over with a clean planet.
I think the mass hysteria would.
Oh, no, a lot of people are going to die. A lot of people are going to, not just from disease, but people killing each other for water and like basic necessities.
Like if it got bad enough and lasted long enough, I think yours might be the worst because with the nuclear war, I think everyone would just die. I don't think anyone would survive
I
that.
would want to die immediately.
It would take a while, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, blast zone within what 1,000 miles, depending on how big the nuke is. You're not 1,000 miles, like 100 miles, 10 miles, something like that. You're gonna die instantly.
I think it depends on the payload, and then they might send several to every city. I mean,
Yeah.
there's enough
Yeah.
for that. So.
I mean, just hit every major city.
Doesn't Russia have like 30,000? And America has like around 26,000?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think those are number 1 and 2.
But yeah, I think everyone would die in a nuclear war, whether from the initial blast and
Radiation.
radiation or
The panic as well.
yeah, people going crazy. With the flood, I think that's one of the most survivable ones.
Really? Oh, how bad is the flood? Like Noah's flood?
Yeah, like Waterworld.
Yeah.
Ooh, no, what do you mean? There's going to be like almost no one around afterwards.
But there's so many boats.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, there's lots of boats.
Yeah.
Because in
And so many cruise ships, you know.
in Indonesia, when they got hit with the tsunami, it was 250,000 people dead.
See, and
Yeah.
that's a tsunami. I don't know what kind of flood we're talking. Are we talking slow rise or are we talking something like that?
No, we're talking
Like quick,
yeah,
unexpected.
Like
quick,
a quick
unexpected
flood?
quick flood. Yeah.
Because it didn't
Overnight?
even. overnight.
Yeah, overnight.
Yeah, 95% of the population is dead.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
I think if there was time to prepare for that one, it's more survivable.
Yeah.
Unless you're a monk on the Himalayas, like in the movie. But even they got hit with a wave. Remember? In 2020, sorry. In 2020, the movie.
Oh,
With
and
John
yeah.
Cusack.
Yeah.
The guy starts hitting the bell, but
I
the
don't think
wave.
I saw that.
You haven't seen? Oh, you've seen the movie. You just don't remember that part?
Yeah, 2012
Have I s-
2012. Sorry. I said 2020.
with John Cusack, and it's about.
Dude, okay. I think I watched it once and I refused to watch
Yeah,
it
it was
again.
a terrible movie.
Wasn't it in the beginning of the movie? Or
No,
Wasn't
it's
it?
like halfway almost towards the end.
but at least that happened.
And they
so
got on
soon.
giant boats, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they made
giant arcs.
giant. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what they called them.
Yeah, they were arcs.
And only the rich and powerful got in there. And they put Bentleys in there too, like
Yeah,
cars.
like
and-
stupid shit,
Yeah, I was like, why? You could have put people here.
Yeah.
right?
And with yours, the meteor thing, that's just instant death for everyone.
Yeah, like-
because Earth is gone.
Like Deep Impact or Armageddon.
Well, could it be possible if the Earth were to break apart that parts of people on parts of the Earth would survive?
I think the concussion from the meteor hitting the planet would
Yeah.
kill everything.
Yeah, probably.
And then the planet would have to heal over because, it would expose the core. Like, not the core, but the inner mantle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because you said it goes straight through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
everything.
total devastation.
Yeah.
Dude, the zombie one seems like the best deal out of all of these.
Yeah, because at least some people survive.
Yeah.
I think the greatest number of people would survive, healthiest.
Well, the zombie one, if you're immune to the initial virus, which makes you sick, but
But then you're the new human.
you still have it,
That's true.
so you're still going to become a zombie when you die. It just depends on when you die.
And there's no
Well-
guarantee that the future generations would get that gene. Therefore, they would turn into zombies and probably end up killing.
Or
future
maybe they would an immunity would pop up from people who aren't affected by it.
Yeah, I mean, what if that is the gene? Like, you never get it. Even when you die, you don't turn. So that's what gets passed on.
That's evolution right there.
Yeah.
Really crazy evolution.
I mean, eventually it would get to that point because look at roaches. We make bug spray and they become immune to it. So they have to make stronger and stronger bug spray.
Yeah, and look at bacteria. We use antibacterial soaps and stuff, and
Yeah.
they just eventually it stops working on them.
Everything evolves.
Some people would disagree, but yeah.
Oh,
Except
Christians.
for the Christian.
Well, no, well, not just Christians. Some other religions too.
Okay. Religious people.
We can blanket them. Yeah.
I mean, you can't say evolution doesn't exist because it definitely does.
Well, some people
There's-
really disagree with that.
There's proof of it, though.
I know, but to them, that's not enough. And there's a lot of it too. Like there is so much for it and so little against it that I can't see how. What if we're wrong though?
Because God said so.
Oh, okay. The
It's
Bible
in the
says,
Bible.
Yeah. I mean, the Bible said. Oh, I have a booger on my nose. The
Like,
Bible.
God didn't write the Bible, right?
I mean, maybe we shouldn't get into this, but the Bible does say that you can sell your wife and children.
You beat your slaves as long as they don't die within 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And beat your wife
Within an inch of her life.
with a stick, no wider than your thumb.
Yeah, that one.
Or-
Let's not get into
Yeah,
this.
let's not get to. There's so much.
There's a lot of terrible things.
In defense of religion, though, Jesus did say, well, Jesus stopped people from stoning a woman to death. And because they were like, she cheated, so she's going to get stoned. And Jesus was like,
Let's get
let any man
stoned
here
together.
without sin cast the first stone. And no one could throw a stone because they were all sinners.
Oh, maybe he had a joint and he was passing it around. We all get stoned.
Yeah, he probably were. That frankincense and myrrh.
Oh, that's what the code for it, so that the Romans
It's like,
didn't get
look,
a catch.
when I
on?
was born, some people brought me this frankincense, and ever since then, I've been trying to share its joys.
It was really just some sweet ass drill.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're the Rastafarians. Isn't that what they a big component of their religion is the
Marijuana?
weed? Yeah.
I have no idea.
Heck, the founding fathers farmed it. That
They
means
farmed hemp.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, they could have.
I mean, hey, Texas legalized hemp, so
cool with that.
Hemp, but not weed.
Yeah. Hey, we're
guess-
getting there.
Yeah. It's baby
We got
steps.
medicinal.
I don't think Texas will ever do it.
But they also
think we
have that
will.
you can't have over an ounce, right? Is that here in Texas? If you have
No.
over an ounce, it's like
I think it's a federal thing.
Oh.
You can have anything under an ounce.
an ounce is a lot. Like if you look at an ounce of weed, it's
No, federally is still illegal, but
state
states
by
have
state.
yeah, it's state
I
by
thought
state.
federally it was legal, but state was
No.
illegal.
Federal government
No,
still
it's the
sees it as a controlled substance.
Do they?
That's why they still raid dispensaries.
Yeah.
In where
Like
states
right
where it's
after
legal.
California passed recreational use, and then they had all these fucking dispensaries. Like Obama was sending in the FBI to just go raid all these places. They're like, it's still illegal federally, so
because he just wanted free weed.
Yeah.
That's dumb. I thought
not so
federally
bad
they
now,
were
though.
legalizing it.
no. Trump wants to. He was like, hey, y'all put the bill on my desk, I'll sign it.
So why hasn't
But because
anyone?
I don't know.
Pence does not want that.
Yeah, he's kind of an uptight.
He's an uber Puritan,
Yeah.
puritanical,
Puritan?
Puritan.
Who gives a shit about Pence?
Yeah, he.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's not get into politics or religion.
Neither one of those are on the table.
All right.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so back to the
Never?
everyone dying.
Yeah. Okay.
Never.
How are you going to survive? Well, I guess we already went over that. You're not.
Well, no,
Most
it's
of
just
our
about
city.
chance. You flip a coin. If it, where does it happen? If it starts in China, but it also got out because of the
Dude,
airports.
okay, if it starts in China, like let's say the virus that's happening right now in China is the virus that, end all be all.
Right.
Um,
It's like 100,000 deaths right now.
Here's the problem. If the China, if the
Chinaman?
if the breakout starts in China, yeah, living in the world we do now where you get all the news on your phone and, you're going to find out sooner than you would have, say, 10 or 15 years ago. But
If they block
China
it.
lies about their numbers all the time. Like
Yeah, of
even
everything,
now
right?
they're lying about their infection numbers. They have to be because only 8 have died and like only 300 have been infected.
So it's probably triple
But they're
that.
like, but we have 2,000 hospital beds available just in case. They're like, no, they have more cases than that.
Yeah.
They always upplay or downplay their numbers to make them look better, no matter what.
maybe it's
Economically,
just suspected cases.
No, they're very cagey. Like suicides, they always
Yeah.
numbers are down.
yeah, they're like, oh no, crime is really low,
Yeah.
suicides are really low,
Jobs are up.
jobs are up, yeah, but they always inflate or
Yeah, you
deflate.
never trust anything, any numbers that
If it
come
makes
out
them
of
look
China.
bad, they're gonna lie about
Yeah,
it.
because then they look bad as a government, and then the people start looking at them like, well, okay, we're gonna take you out. They don't want that. They're in power. They want everyone to believe everything's fine.
Keith isn't saying anything because he doesn't want to die.
Yeah, I don't want to get assassinated.
What they're gonna send a Chinese?
We're not important
assassin?
enough to assassinate.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, I told you some Chinese people listen to our podcast.
Oh shit!
And they probably agree with everything we're saying.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, if they can get this podcast, they probably
They're
got that
probably in
app
Hong Kong. If they're
Why
in
wouldn't
Hong
they
Kong,
be able to?
because their internet is censored.
yeah, they have censored internet.
they have to have a certain browser or something.
Yeah,
Do they?
yeah.
I don't remember.
What
that.
is it? 90% of the population, or that number could be off, but the majority of the population gets a controlled, edited internet.
yeah, edited internet, controlled media exposure.
All the movies that we send over there, they're heavily like changed,
Yeah.
edited. So
Like they don't know that Freddie Mercury was gay because they had to take it out of the movie.
I mean, if you've seen Freddie Mercury, you know he was gay.
was he
Maybe they just think that was a style, man.
What about Elton John's movie?
Does it talk about him being gay?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I know he's
I
If
gay.
it
didn't see
does,
it either.
then they had to take it out, or they couldn't show it over there.
I heard that it was pretty bad.
I remember this one in Chechnya. Okay, that's more enemies we're gonna have. This one leader was saying that he was being interviewed in a press conference, and they asked him about some sort of violence against gays in their country or region, and he said that no, we don't have. There's no gays here. And I'm like, okay, either he's saying that like there's no gays here because we killed them all, or there's no gays here because there's
That
no
doesn't
gays
exist,
here.
Yeah.
Oh, I was wrong. We haven't had anybody in China.
They're incarcerated.
South Korea.
Yeah.
We've
It's
had
so
one.
scary.
one in South Korea.
Mm-hmm. The UK seems to like us a little bit. So does Australia.
Okay, so let's say back to the China thing. Let's say it's at 100,000 deaths.
Uh-huh.
By then, some people brought it over on airplanes in different countries.
Well, every main hub that you have to pass through to get here from China, which is there's 5 of them.
They screen you.
Yeah, they're screening. But I mean, who's
But that
to say
doesn't
they
always
don't
work.
Yeah, who's to say they don't come by some other way?
But with Ebola, they did a pretty good job of containing it.
I feel like some of this shit is just to scare us.
You're sounding like people in Nigeria. What is it, Nigeria? Where was it?
Yeah, it was Nigeria.
That they were saying that it was all lies. It was like
Yeah.
if what's that guy's name with the conspiracies? What's his name?
Alex Jones.
It's like if they were listening to Alex Jones and they're like, no, Alex Jones said that you
Let's
made
not
it up.
talk about that fucking psychopath.
No. But the point is, people in the country were they were like fighting back against the help because they were saying, no, this is made up. You just made up this disease to control us. And they were going in and touching people who had the disease, and then they got the disease, and it was just like a big clusterfuck.
I'm not saying that over there it was fake. I'm saying that every time there's a fucking outbreak somewhere, America's like, oh, yeah, well, we got to be on the lookout. Oh, no, there's fucking 20 cases of it today.
But we got to be careful that way, because then what if it gets really bad, and then we should have been like, oh, we should have.
Especially in cities where the population is so dense, it can spread fast.
I know it can spread fast. I just think that sometimes it's a
They're
scare
being a little
tactic.
alarmist.
Yeah.
I agree. But I'd rather be alarmist than cautious.
Die of
Or have hundreds of thousands of people die because
These people come on the news and they're like, oh my God, somebody sneezed. We're all going to fucking die
But that's how
today."
people are.
They were quarantined for 67
Over-
years.
over-
They're dead now.
Over in China, like if you're sick, it's law. Like you have to wear a mask, and I think you have to wear
We
gloves.
should do that
too.
here.
Yeah, we should do
Right?
that here.
Because people, sneezing
Yeah.
and snot
So-
rockets.
Some people actually practice that.
Yeah.
But even
so.
with that, I mean, look at how something can spread. I'm guessing the bulk of the people,
Don't care.
yeah.
Yeah, I know in Japan they do that as well. They even sell ones that are like, they have patterns on
Yeah,
them.
they have
Or a
personalized
mouse.
ones.
Yeah. Was it?
That's something else. Dying for health.
Oh, is it because of the teeth?
No comment.
No, it's because of their culture. They're very like, they care about others. So they,
It's for raving.
so it could be it could be bad breath that they maybe, or it could be they're
They need to start
sick,
wearing masks
or
here?
Yeah.
Everybody getting sick and shit.
Dude,
Well, you're not sharing the mask.
All here dying.
in this store alone, there's a lot of people sick. He's sick. I was just
Dude,
sick
I'm like
again.
halfway already dying. Cause my nose is bleeding.
Oh, yeah.
Random.
Yeah, he had like 7 nosebleeds yesterday.
Damn.
Yeah. Almost.
I think it's
Passed out.
sinuses.
I gotta
Ooh,
get my
that's how
nose.
that
removed.
coronavirus presents.
You gotta get a nose replacement.
Does it?
Yeah. they're
There's a nosebleed?
I don't know if there's a nosebleed, but they said it can start out like
See?
a
He's like
sinus-
the media.
Yeah. They're like, oh, it could start out like a sinus infection and then a cold and then pneumonia. And it just like keeps getting worse and worse.
That's what they were talking about on the news.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
Why
what
I
he's
got
saying.
that? Keith got that.
You ain't got that.
don't
I'm
know?
better. I'm good.
I was gonna tell him that he had hemorrhagic fever, but I was like, no, I don't want to scare him.
See, okay, and that's what I feel like the news does every time. Okay, Turkey, where was it that had the Ebola?
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Okay, they had the Ebola scare. And then in America, they were like, okay, somebody on a plane, they threw up.
Because of Ebola?
We've got Ebola. And
Oh, we did have Ebola
No.
here, though.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's what they do, though. They're like, okay, somebody threw up on a plane. They were coming from Korea. And you're like, wait, I thought Ebola was in, where was it?
They're kind of
Nigeria.
in a precarious position though, because they have to warn you, because if it does spread, then you're gonna say, well, you didn't warn us.
I
And then
feel
if
like
they
it's
do,
just too much.
then they're fear mongering and just looking for more views.
I'd rather accept some fear mongering or just be safe in those situations.
Yeah, caution.
And, okay,
always
in those
wins out.
situations, like other ones that I have an issue with is why do they talk about fucking homicides and shit like that on the news? I don't feel like that's news. I
Because
don't
we
need
watch.
to know that.
People, it's curiosity.
Yeah.
You gotta know what's going on in your community.
No. I don't need
No.
to know.
See, back
all
in the
that.
day, if someone got killed in your city, you saw it on the news in your city. But now, if someone gets killed in fucking Portland, Oregon, you know, it's all over the news here. And I'm like, why does this affect me? Like, why is it on the news? Like, it's sad. Yeah, I'm sorry that someone died, and that sucks. And whoever's responsible should be punished.
I just don't feel like.
But
they
I
should
don't
be
need to know
talking
about it.
like
Like,
that.
I don't need to know every bad thing that's going on in every part of the country. I got my own fucking life to worry about, my own little area, my own city.
Damn, James. we're an
I think it
asshole.
adds. I mean, it adds to a person's general stress level.
Yeah,
I
they're
think.
asking for help to look out for the suspect, James.
I
Someone in
think
Oregon.
No,
That's something that happened.
not
in
all.
Oregon?
I mean, if they were like he may have fled to Texas and they're showing on the news in Texas, that's a different story.
yeah, that's different. And I feel like they do it just to scare people. Like they talk about all these car crashes and stuff like that. You don't need to talk about that stuff on the news. It's not news. I don't need to know about a wreck. You're
Right.
just doing that to scare me.
That's so you know about the morning traffic. There's a crash. Gotta go.
No,
home.
but he's
But
talking
they're
about
talking about it outside of traffic.
outside
yeah.
of traffic report, like if there's a, you know, some pedestrian got hit by a car.
I don't need to know that.
people want to see body parts. People
Yeah.
want to see dead bodies.
I mean, it's just like when there's an accident, people slow down so they can look and see. you
Then
know?
go on those disgusting sites. It's not something that you. I feel like it's just to terrorize. You know, the news does it to terrorize
It's
the
funny.
people.
Because that's the only thing that happens here. Nothing else happens.
I don't care. There's other stuff that you can report on.
in Mexico,
Not locally.
there's a magazine called Alarma,
Uh-huh.
and it's just pictures of just people getting cut in half from like train, you know, suicides or
See, I feel like that kind of stuff should be either its own like show, like you have the news and then you have that stuff, or just put it on
Oh,
its
it's a
own
magazine.
channel.
It's a magazine.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like here.
No, I'm just I don't know
People
why I
don't-
brought that up. I think it's because it's the curiosity. People want to see that, and it's just in our nature. The same way we fight and kill each other and rob from each other, and
I feel
Do
like
you
it's
think
too
that
much.
if they didn't report nationally on mass shootings,
yes, I already know
that
what
they
you're gonna say.
would not happen as often as they do?
I say they
Yes.
because people want to be famous even in their last hours. Or
Yeah,
their
it's
last
just like how
hurrah.
they.
it gives crazy people ideas.
What was it like
Yes.
the 70s or 80s or 90s? I can't remember. They stopped reporting suicides because it would start a trend of suicides
Yeah.
just by reporting it. And people would see that and be like, "Oh man, look, in death I can get all the attention that I want, so I'm going to do the same thing."
I'm gonna make a statement.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But how do you get all the media to stop, reporting on mass
You
shootings?
can't.
Do you think the government
Now
actually
you
controls
can.
the media, and that's
That's
that,
some Alex Jones stuff right there.
and that's the government's way of population control?
Oh,
Does it make sense? Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, you could say the same thing about viral outbreaks or, anything.
Well, I don't want to go that far, but yeah, I think that's actually a thing.
yeah.
I mean, that's nature's way of controlling the human population.
yeah, but we're not
sickness.
gonna let it.
Well, something needs to
Why
happen.
is
There's
my
too many
ass
people.
numb?
We're causing a problem for ourselves.
Well, like I told you, it's gonna plateau at
I don't think it will.
Well, this isn't me. This is experts.
I don't think the experts are right either. I don't think the population's just going to stop at some point.
Well, it'll stop, and then it's gonna slowly start a downward.
It'll never go down. What
Because
we
of
talked about
education.
this like episode 3 or whatever.
Because people are more educated, and they're
Yeah, there's people that don't want to have kids.
safe
Yeah,
sex.
like our generation
No.
have way less, way fewer kids than any
Yeah.
previous generation. Some of them, like a lot of them don't even get married anymore.
Are you sure about that way less kids thing? Because I know a few people that got like 6 to 9 kids.
Okay,
God
there's a few,
damn.
but
Yeah.
it's not like back in the day.
They're outliers. But yeah, back in the day, you had a couple died from dysentery.
Dude,
whatever.
my grandpa was like the middle child of 10.
Well, we're talking about like
Yeah.
baby
My
boomers.
grandma, 8 or 9 siblings. My
So
mom,
again, we're talking about like the baby boomers.
6 siblings. I mean, even before that, you had to have a lot of kids.
But stuff like that still happens. There's families.
Yeah,
Duggards.
there are still people that do that, but it's not near as bad as it used to be.
And when it does happen, we give them a TV show, and they have
Oh, yeah.
that's why it's
Octomom.
it's
The
an
one
oddity.
from TLC,
What is it?
the couple that had like 19 kids.
Oh, the
Jesus
Duggards.
Christ.
And count. That was the name of the show. 19
19
kids
and
and counting.
yeah.
They had like 24 kids,
Yeah,
and they kept trying. Like the show lasted a while, and that one like
They just kept having more kids.
How do you think-
throughout the thing they were saying, yeah, I'm pregnant, but then she have like a miscarriage or something.
I think that's your body saying stop.
It's because they're religious, right? Like they didn't believe.
Yeah,
in-
they're religious.
Yeah.
Oh, no contraception.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you
And
think
they-
that affects the gene pool in the future? Like, how is that gonna affect? You know how Genghis Khan. You know, there's like
Well, I said it in the episode
Most
that we talked
people
about
are
this. I think
related.
Idiocracy had it right.
yeah,
More intelligent people have less kids.
yeah,
So
Like 1 in 7 people, 1 in 14, one of those
Just
is
think
related
about
to
it.
Genghis Khan.
yeah. The lower educated people and especially during like hard economic times or areas, they have more kids, and it's like
All they do is
why?
have sex.
Yeah, because that's all you got. Because it don't cost money.
yeah, and that's exactly how it was in Idiocracy.
Yeah.
I think that movie, as stupid as it was, I think it had good points.
Yeah, I think it did too.
It was a warning.
I think so. It was sent from the future.
The only thing that I that movie gets to pass on is their president, and that was a cool president. I'd vote for him.
Camacho? Yeah, oh, hell yeah.
Who was his vice president?
Did he have one?
I don't know.
He did, but I don't remember the name.
I think it
Nobody
was
has
like
one.
his half brother or something like that.
The dumb looking one?
They were all dumb looking.
No, but the real no. There was one that was especially dumb. He like, yeah, that's my half brother.
Yes, but oh no, he wasn't the vice president.
It was like the education one, right?
yeah, Secretary of Education.
Oh god.
He had like a wonky eye, and yeah,
Brondo got what plants need.
it's essentially just Gatorade, right?
Yeah.
That's a dystopian future right there
Yes,
of its own.
that's our future.
Wasn't there trash everywhere?
Yeah, it was like picking up trash and just throwing it behind it
The medical equipment was questionable.
because it was 3 rods that you stuck in your mouth, your ear, and your ass.
Yeah. And then didn't he do it in the wrong one? 'Cause
Yeah,
someone
and
told
then he
him?
just gave it to him.
He's
and-
like, wait, no, I think this one goes in.
yeah, that was a good movie.
It was a good movie. Yeah. And then their entertainment was that guy getting kicked in the balls.
Oh yeah, on TV every day.
All my balls, I think that was.
Yeah, all my balls.
Oh, and then there was the Baitin channel. Go away, Baitin.
Is that the one that his lawyer was jerking off to?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was the Baitin
On the
channel.
toilet seat?
Go away,
Dude,
Brayton.
I think
That's
that's
actually pretty
that's a
smart.
fucking invention right there. The toilet seat in a recliner.
And
No?
Does it flush?
Only
or
me?
Does
Yeah,
it, have
it
a pan
flushes.
Or oh, okay. So it's stationary then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the
Right in
living
the
room.
middle of the living room where the TV
You
goes.
never have to leave. You feed from it. You drink from it.
So you think the population is just going to keep growing?
I think it's gonna keep going up.
No, I don't think so. I trust the experts on this because of the things that we're listing as the reasons.
I think there's gonna be a dip, and see the only thing is baby boomers. There's gonna be a dip because of that because they're all reaching
They're getting
maximum
up there.
age.
Maximum.
So there's going to be a dip then, but I think that after that,
It's going to get worse because people are living longer.
that too.
But did this generate did our parents have more kids than the previous generation?
No.
I think they had less. Maybe?
So the population went down and then it
really
back
went
up.
down.
No, it's not going down right now. I think the
You have
population
kids?
is going up right now. I don't have kids.
And they went down.
Your grandma.
But that don't mean
Your
anything.
grandpa, by the time he was your age, he had like what, 10 kids?
No.
Oh.
Wait, which one?
Either one.
On my mom's side, there were 3 daughters. On my dad's side, there were 2 daughters, 2 boys.
For mine, it's 9 on my mom's side, siblings, and then 7 on my dad's side. So it was a decent number.
Jesus
On my mom's
Christ.
side, there was 16. And then on my dad's
Holy
side,
crap.
there was 14.
Are we talking about kids?
That's, that's a lot.
That's
so
a
you
lot of
got
kids.
how many?
It's a big
30?
family reunion.
You got 30 aunts and uncles.
Yes.
That's a lot of
Fuck
birthday
me.
parties.
And then what if they each had like 10
And then
kids
each one of them, I think the most they had was maybe 4 or 5 kids.
So it went.
So even if they had 5 each, that's still 150 kids.
But it went from 16-ish down to 4 a kid.
But look at that number.
Yeah, but imagine if it
This
stayed
is
that
just
rate.
2 people.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 people turns into 30, turns into 150.
Okay, my grandma and my grandpa, right? My grandpa had 9 siblings. My grandma had 7 siblings. Okay, my grandma and grandpa had 6 kids. Those 6 kids had 13 kids, and then those 13
Each?
kids. No.
Oh.
All together. And then those 13 kids had 23 kids.
So
So with each branch, it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, but if it didn't maintain, did it maintain
But
the
it
same
didn't
rate?
maintain
no, not the same rate.
the same rate or the same family size.
But still, that's 150 people in the world from 4 generations. 3 generations. 3?
Yeah, but people die.
No, 4.
People, you know.
But people were living longer.
No, I'm talking about like just like other reasons.
Oh, like murder,
Anything,
suicide.
like car accidents, disease.
Accident.
So yeah, it's gonna keep going up according to the experts, and then it's going to plateau.
When is it going to plateau? Because we're already at almost 8 billion.
I think they said 9 point something billion.
I mean, at some point, there's going to be so many people that there's going to be new diseases, new viruses, new
I think you say new
that
world
we're not
order.
going to be able to cure, and it's going to knock off, a portion.
Or the biggers or whoever the people were gonna control the population. Don't they say that the planet could only sustain, what was it, 50 million, something like that, 100 million?
100 million?
Yeah,
No,
That's not, no.
he said.
yeah,
I mean, they want only a population of 500 million,
500 million.
That's not realistic
but
at all.
that's
That's a
I
lot
mean,
of
the
people
Earth
dying.
can sustain. That is so that the Earth can regenerate,
Right,
and
heal.
still have humans on the planet.
Oh, yeah, right now it's just dying.
Yeah.
But then, how do you control population? Let's say we get the population down to 500 million, some crazy way. How do you keep the people from having children? Do you allow just one child?
Well, that's the thing. You got to get it under 500 million to be able to grow to 500
what?
million and
So
sustain.
Japan, you couldn't have one kid.
no,
Yeah.
China.
It was China. yeah.
China.
Yeah, one kid.
And now they have problems with that.
Yeah, because they have too many boys and not enough girls.
Yeah, because a lot
And
of
too
girls
many
were
old
getting
people
killed.
and not enough young people.
Yep.
Yeah, they're in for trouble.
Yeah, they have. There's some Chinese women looking for husbands. 'Cause there's a
American
shitload of 'em.
husbands. Or not.
Shit. Did you know that in
So-
China, real quick, they'll unearth or grave rob a woman's remains, and then have her married to their still living son or a son that died, and then bury the bones with their son, because they have this thing about being married in the
Being
afterlife.
married in the afterlife. Yeah.
I don't.
So
You
even
can afterlife marry 2 dead relatives too.
yeah.
Gross.
And then women are being thrown out as babies in the trash, literally. But they're needed and desired so much, ironically, at the same time.
But nobody wants girls because boys can work.
And they inherit the law, right? Says that the boys inherit, or culturally, the boys inherit everything. The oldest boy.
And with that,
It's messed up.
we got to go because it's getting super late.
What time is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit. That was fast.
Yeah. So thank you for listening. If you want to yell at us or anything, everything's in the description. You can contact us at Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or the email. Still haven't gotten any. I checked.
Or you can write P.O. Box. No. I don't
yeah,
know.
we don't
Oh,
have
aren't you
one
gonna
of those.
plug your?
Plug my. Nobody did it last time.
Oh,
All right. Thanks
Even
for
you
listening.
haven't done it, Jose.
Bye.
And I tell you every day.
bye.